All right, here's a video that's going to go over our syllabus. Hopefully this will help save us some time. We will still briefly touch on it in class, but would really like to jump into material because we have so many great things to cover in this class. And so again, you're taking pastoral care for the spring 2026 session. I'm your instructor, Russell Langford, but anybody that knows me calls me Rusty. You're certainly welcome to do that as well. I graduated from the doctorate ministry program at Richmont, spiritual formation and pastoral leadership with an emphasis in pastoral counseling, and just love Richmont, love what it's all about, love the professors that I've known, the culture, and I've also been on a pastoral staff for 25 years, if not more, in various roles, but most of those as a lead pastor who was engaging in pastoral care and counseling. Um, Seen a lot of things and continue to learn a lot of things. And hearing some about who you are has already shown me I've got a lot to learn from you as well. So I pray we can learn together this semester about caring for people as as those who seek to bring the shepherd leadership and care of Christ to his people. Other things on the syllabus here are things you've learned in your other courses. In terms of attendance, we only have the 7.5 week thing, so uh, do your best to be there. No, life happens, but really make your best to be there. Read over that. Uh, Very important. Integrity, doing things well. The nature of our assignments in this class are so personal. I really don't think AI could come up with this for you. But I just want to encourage you to fight that temptation if it does come, and fight it by communicating with me, and we'll work together. Program goals and course specific learning objectives. Uh, each of the goals here are the same on this to help students develop ministry skills that will lead to lifelong learning and vocational success. But the learning objectives and course objectives are distinct, with also distinct assessment methodologies. So the first is, as a result of successful completion of this course, students will be able to describe and utilize basic counseling skills essential to the helping relationship, such as active listening, empathetic responding, and self-awareness. A lot of this class is going to be introducing you to specific counseling skills in the sphere of the Kharkov method, and you will be assessed on that uh, through practicing in what we will show you later as triads and have a rubric to guide you in that. Also, a learning objective is a successful completion of this course. Students will be able to express personal insight, self-awareness into their own unique personality and how that uniqueness expresses itself in interpersonal relationships. At the end of the course, there'll be this self-awareness summative assignment that helps us assess that, but also along the way, you will have two assignments related to a life experiences journal that help you reflect on how you developed your way of relating, which deeply impacts how you show up to care for other people. And we'll do that through the lens of attachment theory. Finally, as a result of the successful completion of this course, students will be able to conceptualize and communicate the potential for spiritual formation and personal transformation in the lives of parishioners when they are facing loss, seasons of change, addictions, marital problems, depression, and anxiety through the lens of effective leadership and pastoral care. We will have lectures on these that will merely the service. We hope will also be meaningful and help open a doorway for you to walk through and lifelong journey of learning about care for people and deal with these many challenging situations when you lost. So that'll be tied in to reading, teaching, discussion, and you will incorporate that into your self-awareness summative assignment. Next, on the reading. Um, these are required reading. We encourage you to take these seriously, and even more so as a short class. The first text is called the Art of Helping. It's very important that you read this and be overwhelmed by it. If you've not looked at it yet, many of the pages are like not even full pages, big font. It's more like a manual, just a training manual, and very helpful ones. You come to class knowing this. We'll cover some of it, but there's just not going to be enough time. Don't do the reading of this book, especially. You're going to be at a disadvantage during the class time. So it's really important to stay up to this. Peterson, on the other hand, his book, Contemplative Pastor, is really one that you soak in and reflect in. So if you have to choose, which one to kind of, I can think about on the way at Kharkiv, you could do that. But Peterson is one for contemplating. Jan Johnson, this is just an article that you can find online on the Conversatio website. I'll help you get there. It talks about what 12-step programs have to say about transformation. One of your assignments will be related to this, but it's just good to understand what we can learn from these 12-step programs in terms of being present with people, caring for people, and also being a culture of care in churches. May's book on addiction and grace will be helpful to show us how addiction is much bigger than what we may think of in terms of alcohol or drugs, but really touches in all people's lives of struggle. And to care for people well, we need to have a broader understanding of the concept of addiction. And finally, hearing now the wounded people was written quite a while ago, 1979. And while it may feel dated, a book written in 1979 about these people, ministers in contemporary culture, you'll see it's very relevant. And I think about just that image of a wounded healer. It can be really hard to care for people when we feel like great need to be cared for so much ourselves. That image in that book helps us category for that. I'd like to see another video of these assignments, but at least for now, there'll be discussion, 2 of those. We'll do on the 3rd of February, others the 23rd of February, and those will just, you'll have a question canvas to interact with a work limit, and then you'll need to respond to one of your assessments. Entries on that 20% of the grades. The practical application for it. We ask a 10, 12-step meeting recovery group. There, you can find these locally, you can find them online, or you may go to Celebrate Recovery at a church. That's public time. Just go and be there, and if someone asks why you're there, you could simply say, I'm here to learn how to care for people better, or that's to come to learn to care for people better. And I think if you're not familiar with these, I think you'll be very encouraged. So just push through the awkwardness there and understand how people come for care in all settings, how to step over what's good for ladies. That'll be due on February 18th, also 20%. Next, life experience, journal exercises. They'll buy 2 of these. One due January 26th, 2nd, February 10th. These will be related to how you relate with people through your life and learn your relation style through the lens of attachment theory. It'll be very direct and assignment. Don't you're going to enjoy this. Even though it's going to be hard to reflect and you, but it's really help the person show up, not story owning you, but you taking ownership of your story in terms of caring for people in relational settings. Then the self-awareness assessment will synthesize data from the classwork, full assignments, experiences, to discuss aspects of yourself that are expected to influence your counseling style and your approach to servant leadership. So this will just take everything in the class and put it together in a 4 to 6 page paper, which it'll be hard to do in that short of a space, but there'll be direction on that as well. And there's a rubric. And finally, a counseling skills summative assessment will be done at the end. Each week in the class, there'll be information about this just a minute, but we're going to have at least 15 minutes where you're going to break up into groups, into triads, groups of 3, and you're going to practice these skills. And each week, one person will be an attender who's providing the care, an attendee, that'll be a person who's sharing an area they need care, and then an observer just watching. And students will rate themselves and each other through the rubric. And and then I will rate you as well, assuming we can get this Zoom recording thing figured out. Use Turabian to format your papers. Not a big issue in this class with this being very personal focused. You scroll down, look down into the syllabus, you can see a rubric for your self-awareness summative assignment, how to do that in an excellent manner. You can see the areas that need to be covered. You may even use those as your headings, not necessary, but possible. And then finally, a pastoral counseling skills assignment rubric that'll help you listen to and evaluate how those triad meetings go. And so just so you know, we'll just be doing, yeah, we'll be doing this progressively. We'll say more about that in times to come. Finally, at the end of your syllabus, you'll see here just a big overview. So we're going to be meeting on Tuesdays, 6 to 7, beginning January 13th through March the 3rd. Here's the topics we're going to cover. Man, we got a lot to cover. Biblical foundations, pastoral care integration, attachment theory, emotions, marriage, addictions, depression, dark night of the soul, pastoral care first aid, suicidality referral, trauma, psychological first aid, personality disorders, wounded healer, and servant leadership. Uh, Obviously, whole courses are on each of these and multiple courses, but we'll just scratch the surface, and then we'll have a time each week of where we're learning a skill. And you can see on here, this has all the due dates, all the reading dates. And so in lieu of that, we'll go to this weekly class structure, because this is important. So each week, do your best to be there right at 6. We'll welcome, at times do something that we'll describe a way to check in together and pray. We'll have about 15 to 20 minutes at most for instructional content on this big subject, but we're going to do our best to make that meaningful and give you something to chew on and to integrate into your ministry. And then we'll have about 10 minutes where we introduce the skill of the day and demonstrate it. Then we'll transition into triads and review instructions for that within Zoom breakout groups. In those triads, we will have a session where 10 to 12 minutes, someone will attend, someone will share, someone will observe, and then you'll have time to reflect together about how that went. And then we'll come back and regroup, close it out, and pray. And there'll be more information about the assignment of those triads and a rotation for that, and then how that can be recorded and given to me. This class has 14, 15 people in it. So in previous classes, this could all be done in just one big Zoom group. But we're gonna have to do breakout groups, and have whoever is the attender, or at least one person in the group, but most preferably the attender, to record that, so they know that that's just safe with them, and then to send that to me so that I can evaluate. And the last thing I just want to say is, you guys, I know, don't know me, but I want you to know from my heart, the pressure is off. As Dallas Willard said, grace is not opposed to effort, it's opposed to earning. So I hope you put effort into this class, but I hope it's powered by God's grace, not any guilt, shame, or fear. And I hope you know that you are not seeking to earn anything attached to your identity, your meaning, your worth, your value. Your performance in this class will not justify your existence as a person or your engagement in ministry. I certainly hope that we can learn together more of following the good, great shepherd Jesus in caring and having compassion for his sheep. Let me know if you have any questions at all. I'm happy to serve you in any way.